From After Dark World headquarters. This is your fave. Oh, right. Correspondent KD representing KD After Dark. Why? Because, you know why. Anyway, it's Tuesday, January 18th. We have survived so far without losing electricity, and it's a wonderful thing. So anyway, let's get right to it. I want to share you. I'm just going to show one album today. Iron Butterfly, Metamorphosis. Never heard of it? It's cool. But what's really cool is they have one of the great underrated classic rock songs of the early 70s on there. A song called Easy Rider, Let the Wind Pave the Way. You really should go check out Iron Butterfly's Easy Rider, Let the Wind Pave the Way. I cannot for the life of me figure out how come that wasn't a huge hit. Anyway, I've had a lot of requests, a lot from my channel, from my friends saying, okay, D, this Pal Talk room must have been something else. Well, it was. Do you have any more stories? Well, just in case for the new folks who might be watching, you need to go back to January 12th morning report where I go into some detail about my Pal Talk room. But anyway, all you have to really know is it was an interactive room with video and audio. And you could watch multiple screens at the same time. And the principles I want to talk about today, I almost told this story the other day, but it was a little too convoluted and I didn't want to stretch it out because I'd stretch it out to an insane length of over 20 minutes. So this story, I'll have to jump around a little bit, but I will get to a point. Okay, so I want to remind you of some of the principles. There's Art, the elderly nudist, a friend of the room. But that doesn't mean we didn't fuck with him. Art, if you got him going, he would tell you all about nudism. And there were some interesting conversations about, well, more about the questions people would ask. But anyway, then there was Mr. Coffee, as I remember, who lived in South Carolina, and for the life of me, I do not understand why I didn't meet him. A 24/7 drunk. That's good coffee. He didn't like coffee. Why he called himself Mr. Coffee? I don't know. So anyway, how all this begun was, when you come into KD's train wreck, you had to say hello to everyone. Or everyone you knew, and then say hello to the new people. So you come in, and Art sounded like Tiny Tim. I mean, Art sounded like Tiny Tim. And I've seen enough Tiny Tim clips, and I'm a Tiny Tim fan, so I know what Tiny Tim sounds like. And he talked about like this. Well, anyway, Mr. Coffee come on. Drinking Budweiser, as per usual. And Art come on, said hello to everyone. And said, "Well, Mr. Coffee, I don't understand why you call yourself Mr. Coffee. You should call yourself Mr. Beer, because that's all you ever drink." And Mr. Coffee said, "Oh, yeah, well, it kind of started then because we would do some good-natured." Now, I want to emphasize good-natured back and forth between the room because we liked each other, okay? But that doesn't mean we didn't have some heel turns. So, Savage, now that was another guy in the room, said, "Wait a minute. I saw on the Howard Stern show Tiny Tim, and Art sounds like Tiny Tim." So he pulled up a clip where Tiny Tim's talking about diapers and how he enjoys diapers and just the clean, crisp, fresh feeling he had from wearing diapers. Well, that kind of got us going. And Art's going on about nudism. Well, it's nothing to do with sex. It's nothing to do with sex. Well, Pinky, my Canadian cutie, says, "You mean it's not like a swinger club?" And Art said, "No, no, no. There's no sex. There's no sex going on. It's about being free." And then Cheeky from the UK. Now remember, it's getting into different countries. Cheeky said, "You mean you can't fuck at a nudist camp? Why the fuck do you want to go?" "I don't want to go if I can't fuck." So then somebody, who I don't remember who, said, kind of making a little dig, because Art had heard the Tiny Tim comparison and he did not like it. "I might go if I could wear a diaper." Well, that got everybody going. Now, Cheeky from the UK, she could sell things. I mean, she could really sell it. And when she got on the road, I mean, if she would get wound up, she could almost start crying. She'd get so wound up. I mean, she kind of did, she told me. But anyway, she says, "Art, what do you mean? I can't come to your nudist camp and not wear a diaper? Why not?" "Well, it's not about that. It's about freedom." And then Cheeky said, "I don't give a fuck about freedom. I wear a diaper." And then she says, "I tell you what," I mean, she's like shaking, trembling in her voice, I'm gonna come to that damn nudist camp in California, and we're gonna have a damn protest." And she got a piece of cardboard and wrote out "diapers." So anytime Art would give some sort of retort, she'd hold up a sign saying "diapers." So this went on, and then Mr. Coffee jumped in, and he says, "Art, what the fuck you mean you can't wear a diaper? What am I supposed to do? Shit in the road at the nudist camp?" And then Art got wound up. He said, "Mr. Coffee, you damn rednecks down there in South Carolina, you must shit in the road. But here at the nudist camp, we don't do shit like that." And then Mr. Coffee wouldn't let off that shitting in the road. Cheeky wouldn't let up on that, "We gotta wear diapers and we're gonna have a protest." And she sold it so good, Art believed her. And even Pinky jumped in from Canada now. Now he's got two countries against him, saying, "Well, Art, I mean, what if you have some issues? Don't you need to wear a diaper instead of just shitting in the road like Mr. Coffee said?" "Well, it's not about that. There's bathrooms. You do too. Take care of it." And then Cheeky said, "I tell you what," I mean, trembling and screaming in her voice, said, "I'm coming. If I have to come all the way from the UK to California, we're going to have a damn protest and KD's train wreck will be there in force." She sold it so good. Art called me after we closed the room down, and where I had to reassure him, "No, we're not going to have a diaper protest in front of your nudist camp. And we're not going to shit in the road." So anyway, that was an ongoing thing. Diapers and shitting in the road. Both things will get Art going like hell. So I think that's the last of my Pal Talk stories. I guess I should go to a hustler joke now. All right. Oh, God. They're great, but I can't read half of them. All right. "Eureka! Professor Vershirog exclaimed, I've invented an apple that tastes like pussy!" With great enthusiasm, he offered his colleague, Dr. Vanilla, let's just call him Dr. Vanilla because, damn, I can't pronounce it. Vanilla took one bite, spit it out in disgust. "This apple tastes like shit," he hollered. "Indeed," said Professor Vanilla, beaming. "Turn it around." One more. As Jimmy walked alongside his father, he noticed a pair of dogs getting it on. "What are they doing?" the boy asked. "Making a puppy," his father responded. Later that night, Jimmy passed his parents' bedroom and caught them in the middle of sex. "Hey, Pop, what's going on now?" "Well, we're making you a baby brother," his father answered. "Well, flip her around then," said Jimmy. "I'd rather have a puppy." Here we are. A cold January day, 18 degrees. Dark, cold, ice, snow, frozen everywhere. But we must still get consequential shit done, and you know that. So say it with me, will you? Always be nice until it's time not to be nice. Be kind to animals. Discipline equals freedom. Never complain. Never explain. You don't have unlimited time, don't you know that? And so, from Mr. and Ms. America, all ships at sea and all sides everywhere, this is KD imploring you to get consequential shit done, and I will see you out there.